TRICKSTABS are cool, no doubt about that. Hitting a stair stab, for instance, is so gratifying and makes you truly feel like a French balaclava wearing scoundrel. For that reason, so many people are interested in learning how to use these tricks. The problem with TRICKSTABS is that they might distract you from learning and working on other abilities that, in general, are more useful for a spy main. Now, if you don't know already, TRICKSTABS are special maneuvers that an experienced spy uses to manipulate the hitboxes in TF2 and get stabs that otherwise are not possible. There are many types of TRICKSTABS and, by the way, I'm rubbish in all of them. One thing they all have in common is that they are pulled off with some sort of special movement technique and by playing with the enemy's expectations. My favorite one is the Matador stab, that's done just by strafing around, and because of that, it is very useful and versatile. And awesome! It isn't for no reason that spy frag clips and compilations here on YouTube are full of these maneuvers. They are a sight to behold. But that is exactly where the problem begins, at least in my humble opinion, for aspiring spy mains. TRICKSTABS work well against new players and might work against experienced players to an extent. However, the more people are exposed to them, more they will start to expect them. And when that happens, it is easy for them to protect themselves against TRICKSTABS. In most situations, all it takes is to keep some distance and let the spy miss the stab. A lot of newbie spies I see around insist on trying TRICKSTABS, even against players that clearly are aware of them, and thus won't fall for them. These spies seems to think that using TRICKSTABS is the only cool way, or maybe even the only effective way to play spy, when that's simply not true. There are many other skills a spy must develop and use to be effective. To mention some: knowing how to sneak around maps, collecting ammo packs to extend cloak, knowing how to diversify your disguises and act accordingly to blend in, even if for just a moment, learning how to properly use revolvers as important weapons in your loadout, knowing when to push forward or to stay back close to your team, even if only to help against enemy spies. All of these basic skills and many others are what really makes a spy main effective and annoying to deal with. Learning how to trickstab is important, but it is a more situational skill. It won't help you much if you don't have a solid skill set to play spy. Personally, I see trickstabs kinda like the cherry on top of a cake. You only worry about it when you are sure you have a well-made cake. Placing a bunch of cherries on top of a bad cake won't save it from being, well, bad. Similarly, depending on TRICKSTABS alone won't take you very far if you don't master the basics of playing spy first. By the way, I should repeat, I am not a spy main and I only play spy occasionally. I want to, and I will, eventually learn how to trickstab consistently. But if you're starting now, I'd say you should spend your energy into learning the basics first. You can become a trickster later, don't worry about it. And what is your take on this subject? Do you agree with my advice? Do you have any cool tips to give? Are you a spy main and you want to share your experience? Leave a comment below because it will be interesting to talk about this. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, share it with your friends, and if you're new around here, subscribe to check my future videos. Until next time, and bye bye!